Hi guys, Chris here with Super Savvy Travelers. They are jackhammering outside my house today, so hopefully they'll take a break pretty soon and I can do this video. Anyway, I wanted to weigh in. You know, I'm always about, hey, come to Italy, you're gonna love it, blah, blah, blah. It's beautiful over here, and it is. And everything I tell you is true, at least from my viewpoint and observation. However, there have been some regrets that people have shared with me, and I wanted to give them to you so that you know what to look for and also how to avoid them. So let's take a look at some of these. The first one is people have said they wish they did more research, meaning they wish they knew about the place where they were going and about Italy in general. So of course I'm going to put in a plug for our course, which we definitely plug it as a course for when you buy property in Italy, but it also has a lot of really good information on what to do when you get there. Plus, on our YouTube channel, we have almost 800 videos. Most of them are all about moving to Italy or being in Italy or things you need to know about Italy. And you're gonna find a lot of data there, including like how do you handle the trash and stuff like that. I mean, a lot of these things are something you need to know, and the information is not necessarily really readily available. So anyway, definitely take our course. Another thing is loneliness and a feeling of isolation. I actually had a friend the other day tell me about how she moved to this little town, and it was one of those towns that felt very isolated. The people that lived there had lived there their whole lives. It just felt like she wasn't going to be able to break in and make friends there. There weren't too many outdoor cafes. People didn't really spend time outdoors, and it was just a very different vibe than she expected. Happily, she was renting, and she moved very close to us, actually, and is having a much better time now. So that was really a great idea. And I might say that before you go purchasing a property, definitely go and be in the village or the town for a couple of weeks minimum, or even months if you can, and check it out before you actually purchase, because you may find that it's not what you thought. Another regret is culture shock. And I know people expect it when they come over, but sometimes they don't expect exactly what they get. Specifically, there are certain things in Italian culture that are very different here. Number one, you don't get drunk in public, and you never drink and drive. Now, I know we've heard about not having a cappuccino after midday or whatever, but I have found that if you sidle up to the barkeep up there and say, hey, could you make me a cappuccino? I really, really want one. And I'm an American, they will make you one and they won't bat an eye. So I wouldn't worry about the superficial things. You know, people say, don't wear white sneakers, you look like a tourist. So what? You look like a tourist, what? Look at me. Do you think I look like an Italian local? I don't think so. I'm never gonna look like anything but a tourist. So what? In any case, yeah, the important things are things that are definitely ingrained in the culture. The family thing. Also, you don't do business at lunch or dinner with people. You don't pull out your portfolio. You do that at a whole separate time and usually a separate place. So those are just a couple of things, but as you get in, keep your eyes open, keep your head on a swivel, look at what people are doing. Don't expect them to become accustomed to your culture. You're in their land now. You have to become accustomed to theirs. And I think it's very easy to do. You just watch and learn. One thing that I found about the Italians is when we make errors and stupid mistakes, which I do all the time, they're very patient, understanding, they just correct us and off we go. Another thing is a lot of people have had a really rough time learning Italian. I don't have a problem with languages. To me, I'm a musician, and that's a separate language. I've learned several languages, so it's not a problem to me, but a lot of people have a lot of trouble doing it. Understand that if you're not learning Italian, you just haven't been presented with the correct teaching method yet. And the teaching methods may vary, and what might work for one person might not work for another. My suggestion is get a tutor, and definitely do it more than once a week. Ask them for extra homework like I did, and definitely study. It's something that's going to take a little bit of time and effort on your part, but you'll be so happy you did, and the Italians will be so happy you did. You'll find it's much easier to get into the culture, get into the community when you speak the language. Another thing is, I know there's a lot of single ladies coming over here, and they set themselves up in the village and live their lives, which is wonderful. Our village in Calabria definitely accepts people and loves them when you come in. However, I know how it can feel to be a single lady in a new place. You wonder if people are looking at their husbands and looking at you and everything else, and there's always that little thought in your mind, am I going to be ostracized because I'm a single lady? Can I eat out alone? Can I go outside alone? What can I do? Now, I haven't found a problem with eating alone or going out and about on my own. And if I'm going to make friends with a man, I immediately make friends with the wife. In fact, I make more friends with the wife, and I think that's very, very wise, because then your motives won't be questioned. They'll know that you are now friends of the family, not just friends of the one person. And that goes a very, very long way. So aside from those things, there's not a lot of regrets I'm hearing from our guys. They actually love it here, and they've had a wonderful time. They're working hard on assimilating. They're learning the language. In fact, I've heard that some of our gals are putting on language classes for all the expats, and I think it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Don't be afraid about coming to Italy. Definitely take our course. It's going to help you a lot. Definitely go through and look at all of our videos. Since I'm in a new town right now, I'm getting a look from a different side. So I will share with you those experiences and observations. And definitely keep planning your trip to come over. See you guys.